This website is almost perfect. Let's talk about it. Hey, I'm Dan. I review websites to find the good, the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly in order to have some actionable insights that you can also apply to your own business website so you can get more bookings from your website or your overall digital presence, right? Okay, let's go through my checklist. First up, color scheme. The color scheme is really good in a way that it's just the white and the red, meaning it's really simple because I've seen websites with so many freaking colors to the point that the buttons or the call to actions are really confusing to find. It's like I have to do some treasure hunting just to find those buttons, right? And if it's too like messy, then chances are you're just pushing people away, but that's not the case here. So if your website looks clean, then you're doing a good job. And honestly, I think this was done by a professional web designer. But I couldn't find any design by or marketing by. So if this was a DIY, good job. Like someone who doesn't really know much about web design, good job, buddy. You did great here. So make sure your website also looks clean and easy to navigate or easy on the eyes, right? It's not too many, not overpopulated, if that makes sense. That next is the hero image. This is both good and bad. Let's talk about the bad first. Bad because usually it's actually recommended not to have like face on the hero section, but that was way back when. That was a long time ago advice, and there's data to back that up. The reason is that our eyes are attracted to, or basically will go toward another person's eye. So that means if there's like an image here of a human, we'll naturally look into his or her eyes, right? But the goal of a website is to have our eyes go toward the button right away. At least that was before. I'm hoping there's like a new study for that right now, but I couldn't really find any. But the good side of it is that they're using original image and they're showing the people behind the business, which shows trust or conveys trust and authenticity. Like there's an actual person behind this business. And not to mention, with the emergence of a lot of AI stuff, it's so much better to have this kind of authenticity on your website or on your digital presence. So I think that's why this is good. Another option you can do if you really want to follow the best practices with data is you or someone from your business doing the service itself. Or another one is say before and after. So for a furnace cleaning, you can show how dirty the furnace was before and then the after, which is so clean, something like that. But honestly, I would test that, like whichever works best. Okay, next is multiple CTAs. Usually why is that different? Okay, usually I would actually not recommend to have a lot of buttons in the hero section because there's this thing called analysis paralysis. So basically, if you're given, as a consumer, if you're given a lot of options, then usually you would choose not. Like there's a lot of studies regarding that, and that also applies to websites, right? So it's ideal to keep it simple, stupid, KSS principle or KISS principle. However, this is one of those exceptions because all of these buttons has one purpose or has one destination or goal. So that is to call the business to book an appointment or just, to book an appointment. So this is okay. So make sure that your website doesn't have a lot of buttons that lead to pretty much everywhere. There's actually this one website where they're already asking for reviews, like on the homepage. No, don't do that. Maybe in the footer, maybe, but not in the hero section or the above the fold. CTA copy. Now, this is something simple, but it has some data backing it up, which you can easily do on your website as well. So book your appointment, it's good. But the better copy would to write it in first person. So instead of saying book your appointment, you should say something like book my appointment. So imagine if I was the visitor of this website and I'm looking for a furnace cleaning, it's like I'm saying book my appointment when I click that button, and it will yield to better conversion rate or click-through rate. And then another one is sense of urgency. So it's something like adding now or today at the end of the text. So it could say something like book my appointment now. It doesn't have to be now or today. I mean, book my appointment now. It's actually, I actually find it confusing if I say book my appointment now. Does that mean that the appointment has to be now, or you're just booking now? Similar to, I guess, bi-weekly. Does it mean every 2 weeks or twice in a week? Food for thought. Okay, next is social proof. Now, social proof is super duper important on a website because, one, if they don't really know you yet, they don't know if they can trust you, right? In this case, they don't have that social proof in the hero section. But once I scroll down, say I'm one of those logical buyers who has to do a bit of research before actually trusting a business. In this case, they have it here, which means they have social proof, and that's good. So make sure your website also has that, like any type of social proof, like the number of services you've done or other results that you had, like before and after or whatever. Those are social proof, and you should have them on your website. And here's another thing. You can actually add a quick social proof on the hero section already above the fold itself. So in this area that I'm talking about, you can add it below the button. So at least for the logical buyers or for the non-impulsive buyers, they don't have to scroll all the way down just to find your reviews. Now, by quick social proof, it can be just small. In fact, it can be something as simple as having those 5-star icons, the number of reviews and ratings. An example for this, for what I'm doing with my own website, is I added this here, 5-star reviews on Google. So you can add something similar. So it's just small, but it's quite significant. And something that is really, really great here. This is not really part of the website, I guess. I guess it has something to do with your offer. So if you also listen to or read Alex Hormoz's book, basically your offer must feel like, how did he say it? You should have an offer where it feels stupid saying no. So in this case, they have this free filter replacement. So this is something that basically stands out against their competitors, because I don't think their competitors offer a free filter replacement. Now, for the website itself, I would definitely highlight this, because since these are actually really great part of the offer. So next day service. So if you're in a hurry, you can get it fixed right away. No hidden fees. So yeah, although for the design, I guess I would put it in a bullet list, because having it here, I couldn't really, I didn't see it right away. I mean, I didn't notice it right away, if that makes sense. So bullet points with some icons that's relevant to these may be helpful. But yeah, you should also have something like this. So if you don't have anything like a guarantee or something like that, you need to figure out what your offer is. Basically, something that will be a lot different from your competitor. It doesn't have to be a lot different, but something that will get your potential customers or clients to immediately say yes. Have an offer that is so good, it feels stupid saying no. I think that's it. So yeah, you must have that. And you should mention that on your website. Yeah. So hopefully you can copy some of these things here to your own website so you can get more bookings. If you want me to review your website and find out the good, the bad, and the ugly so you can improve it and get more conversions through your website, just click the link below.